Apparently, I'm live. Good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are, or good morning even. And welcome to Simon no茶の間, Simon's living room. It isn't raining, actually, as I said it would be in my advert. We'll do tomorrow, rest assured. And to all those of you who may still be in chat, Ty and Robert, hello. But I'm still staying inside, regardless of whether it's raining or not. It's just not the kind of day to go outside. It's pretty chilly this morning. I had to wear a scarf and gloves and a coat, which is the first time this year that I've had to wear all that, just to go into town to get my morning coffee and get a boost to do this show. But autumn. Yes, it's autumn has happened. It was a fairly quick switch, luckily, from the burning heat of the summer, ridiculous 40-degree temperatures. But now it's bearable. I like to be able to actually wear a coat to go outside, not one for t-shirts and shorts and all that business. But still, a bit of a shock to the old system. Autumn, yes, and I shall be showing later some photographs or have a backdrop. I'm curious to the model of the cell phone, Robert. Well, it's a Samsung, it's a Galaxy, and it's an A50, which is the best mid-range, blah, 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 after lots of looking at Xiaomi's and Huawei's and Motorola's and God knows what else that... what with the current state of China and so on, and all the permissions that the Xiaomi requires access to, I decided that South Korea was safer. It's a good one. It is. Yes, it's actually better than the S5. Sorry, this has nothing to do with autumn, folks. But just explaining my new phone, which has a 25 megapixel selfie camera, so you can see all my wrinkles and grey hairs in tremendous detail. And I accidentally, using my DJI Go app with my gimbal the other day to get some shots for my advert, and I'd set it at 4K, which I was curious as to why my editing program was struggling, and then I realized. So yes, where were we? Autumn, indeed. Actually, my favorite time of the year. This symbol here on the right here, this is Japanese for autumn. And on the kanji for autumn, Aki. Don't know if I've pronounced that correctly. Anybody in the audience who knows Japanese, correct pronunciation, you can judge me on that. But I thought about, actually, with it being autumn, I think I was still in summer last week. I shall read, as is my wont, a haiku, one that is fairly appropriate, particularly for those watching in Japan at the moment. This is from Matsuo Basho from the 17th century, famous Japanese haiku poet. Don't worry, it only lasts 3 lines. And who's messaging me now? Hang on, I'm getting blooped. It's Mandy. Mandy in Massachusetts. I just mentioned you on the show. I did not disclose. No, I did not disclose. Okay. Where were we? Yes. Sorry, I've spoilt the atmosphere now. I'm going to have to redo the atmosphere and re-click on this and re-click on that and click on this and click on that and do that. Oh dear, what's she doing? Yay. Okay. Right. So, yes, Matsuo Basho, famous 17th century Japanese haiku poet who walked around various times around all of Japan and composed haiku. And this one is one of his autumn ones and is quite appropriate, I think, for this show and for viewers in Japan. So I shall read it in Japanese first, my best Japanese. I shall approach the microphone. 秋の夜を打ち尽くしたる話かな In the autumn night, breaking into a pleasant chat. There you see, it's quite appropriate, a pleasant chat, although it is rather one way at the moment. But yes, and it's evening in Japan. So over there, any of my Japanese viewers who are watching, who may be watching, I don't know. I know that Radri is on the train and will probably watch afterwards. And Englandese and Daniel are probably out doing things and may join. But there you are, a nice autumn haiku to celebrate the turning of the season. And there is another one. I shall read it almost immediately, which is also very reflective. Autumn is often a mournful period in Japanese haiku. The passing of the summer, the preamble to winter, and all that's associated with that season. So here we go. この秋葉、なんで年寄る、雲に鳥。In this autumn, why I get older, the clouds and birds. Hi, Perk. Welcome to the autumn Magdalene haiku readings. On this grey autumn afternoon in Belgium, I've got my autumn clothes on. I've got my brown jacket and my brown shirt, sort of autumny, orangey brown shirt, and my sort of green moleskin trousers. I like to dress autumn when it's autumn. And hopefully next week my parents are coming to visit, as is their usual routine. They come every autumn and every summer. No, not every summer. Every autumn and every spring. And this will hopefully be an opportunity to drive down to the Ardennes. And at this point, I shall show you why it would be nice to drive to the Ardennes. If I can go here, and no, here, I have to go here, and I have to transfer. This is a photograph I took 3 years ago. Yes, about 3 years ago in the Ardennes. As you can see, it's a nice mixture of deciduous wonderfulness with autumn leaves and pine trees. Did you miss what is the kanji on the screen? Yes, you missed the explanation, Burke. It's that is the Japanese kanji for autumn. Oh, it's autumn. Yes, got it. And the two haikus I read, appropriate autumn haikus. But yes, I thought. I mean, I'm on my own this week. I have a potential guest. My guest last week gave me a link to a musician friend of his, and I lost the link, so I didn't get around to try attempting to contact this gentleman. But Hedge sent the link again to me this morning, and so I shall try and contact him, this other guest. And hopefully next week, or at some future point, I shall have a musician as my guest. But for now, it's just me waffling on and talking to you, and hopefully getting responses in return. Ask me anything, relatively speaking. Yes, this is as I say, the Ardennes. I did have some videos lined up, and they were working fine until about 20 minutes ago when I called them back up again, and it said invalid source, and they disappeared. So I've contacted Manycam before, and they're just having trouble latching onto and holding onto YouTube videos. Too bad. It's too bad that it's just me. Yes, and I'm going with the flow, and I've been alcohol free for quite some time, and it seems to be working all right. Although I did indulge last night in some sake that I'd bought. You know 200 kanji. I'm impressed. I've kind of given up. I know wood and fire and river and gate, and that's about it. 2,000 to go. Yes, the motivation has gone somewhat for learning Japanese. Where was I? Oh, hang on. Do I have another photograph? I had a borrowed photograph. Where's my playlist? Not that one. I have to click there. Yes, there we go. This is somebody else's photograph of of a nice autumn road in the Ardennes. I was trying to get some of Japan because it looks, but basically this could also be in Japan. It's very similar. You don't know what got into you. Japan got into you, Burke. Oh, it's gone back to that. It's just going to flip between these two, I'm afraid. Where was I? Yes, here. I clicked too many things on here. I shall read one more haiku for Perk because you missed the other two, and we'll have to go back. This is by Buson, the other, not Busan Kevin, but Buson, also from the 18th century, Japanese haiku poet. And here we go. Kagiri aru inochi no hima ya aki no kure. In my mortal life, what a little leisure in this autumn evening. So it was very short, but very cogent and to the point, I think. So what do you guys do in autumn? Is it something you look forward to? Is it a season? One of my friends in England, she posted on Facebook an empty horse chestnut shell as a sign of autumn, and she said she loved that season. In England, yes, I mean, collecting horse chestnuts and rustling through the leaves, fallen leaves, that kind of thing. Crisp mornings, no, actually, not so much crisp mornings as misty mornings. I quite like. Hang on, it's Mandy in Massachusetts. Okay. I shall ask her if she wants to join the show. The show from your phone. Smiley face. I have to change that. Excuse me, I'm doing this again. Did that last week. Let's just see. Flamenco lyrics. You mean all that thing is just a couple of lines repeated over and over? No, she can't. Ah, right. Yes. Ah, yes, of course. Yes, is going to an event to meet up with celebrities, which she usually does. I forgot you were in Spain. Autumn just isn't the same. Yes, it's sort of like only a couple of degrees cooler than summer. My former boss lives somewhere near Alicante, and she always says, "Oh, you must come and visit." I'm thinking, maybe one day in the winter when it's rainy and cold or something. Otherwise, sun, sand, and sombrero. No, not sombreros. That's Mexico. But yes, so I mean, autumn in Canada is also looks a bit like this, with lots of wilderness and red and brown leaves and so on, golden leaves. And Spain just is dry and dusty. I should imagine, except in spring. Yes, Spain in spring. I mean, this is just the general impression you get of Spain. I mean, there must be parts of Spain where it's quite rugged and green, but I don't know, not having been. Um, the mountainous bits. But yes, autumn. Um, I just like the slowing down of everything, and people in shorts disappear and put their long trousers back on and coats and don't offend my eyes. Um, and it's just and the nights are long. The nights are long and the days are short. I mean that's a disadvantage with my job. Um, I've got to be at work on 7:15 on Monday morning, and it'll be dark. It'll be dark when I get up. It'll be dark when I go to work, and it'll be dark when it'll starting to go dark when I come home from work. So that's one of the downsides. But on your free days, it's rather nice. Hey, Bilko, we're being all autumny and maudlin. Mushrooms and chestnuts. Yes, I pick them up and then throw them away again. It's like, yes, oh, this is a nice chestnut, and this is an interesting mushroom. I wouldn't, for the life of me, cook them or eat them. Actually, you can't eat horse chestnuts. A friend of mine messaged me once because she'd received a bag of them from somebody and asked whether they were edible. And so I asked my father, and he said, no, they're toxic. Only the Spanish chestnuts are. Yes, nature. Yes, we should all get in touch with nature a lot more through our phone screens and computer screens. Virtual reality. Oh dear. You're getting some. Sergeant Bilko is getting some. I should hasten to add there is a coffee emoji next to that sentence. Otherwise, I might be jealous. Kaboom tish. There must be different types. Types of autumn, types of getting some, types of chestnut. Yes, chestnuts. Yes, you don't eat horse chestnuts. It's the other variety that you eat. Spanish ones, actually. Yeah, Spanish chestnuts. They're sort of slightly heart shaped. You can't play conkers with them. Sexy Bilko. I'm only getting a coffee, says Bilko. No types of chestnuts. Yeah. Oh no. Oh right. I intoned that wrong. This is my voice acting skills have gone down the toilet. No types of chestnuts. Yeah. Okay. I'm now giving Perk a voice. Speaking of voice acting, after being encouraged by my friend to in Japan to pursue the voice acting route, I contacted a voice coach in Brussels, an Englishman, an English actor who coaches mostly non-English speakers into how to speak in English, and mostly to do with public speaking. But I had a Skype meeting with him, which was quite fruitful. And he gave me a bunch of links, studios and voice actors to contact. And I've contacted another one, also in Brussels, and I shall be hopefully having a Skype meeting with her next week. So things are generally, I'm just trying to build up a bit of knowledge before embarking. Okay, yes, thanks. I saw that, Robert. So, yes, your punctuation skills, your punctuation and my intonation. Yes, we shall have to work on it, Perk. Ty, are you still there, Ty? But yes, so on those long autumn nights, I should be perhaps taking my microphone into my cupboard, which is stuffed with pillows. But I have discovered a difficulty. I have to convert M4A files, which is what my computer records audio with, using this microphone. I have to convert them to MP3 files in order to send them as a demo, and that's proving problematic. That's something I'm going to be doing this weekend. An audiobook. Well, yes. I'm going to hopefully be trying to cold call or just contact a couple of studios in Belgium once I've got a demo together, to see about possibly getting some proper studio voiceover demo done. But then that would mean, once I'd got this demo and put myself out there, that I would have to go and buy the appropriate equipment to match the studio quality that of the demo. It's all very complicated. It's more complicated than I imagined. Are you sure? Well, I'll have to check on that, Robert. I mean, yes, I'm not. I looked at some of those free. I'm not quite sure. I mean, if you have if you one that you have and you know, Perk, that you could say this is safe, it's not going to, shower my screen with pop-up ads and steal my data, then I might use that. It can be done for less than I think. What can? Saving my phone. I'm not sure. I mean, the new one I've got, it's quite a lot of everything was apparently, that I didn't realize was stored on Google Cloud thingy. And so when I bought the new phone, it said, "Do you want to transfer?" I said, "Yes, please." Um, mic, an audio, and an interface. Yes. Um, I'm probably going to get the Rode NTA1, um, the whole kit with pop filter and mic support and XLR cable and interface. I think it's got it's got an interface with it. But that'll be probably after Christmas. But yes, and I have what do you call it? Audacity, but that's on my other computer for post processing. But apparently, you can choose to either post process yourself, which will maybe increase your customer base, or let your customers process the audio. This is very dull, isn't it? Sorry. Maniac Tools. It's fine for one-off use. Yes. I find a way to record straight to MP3. I shall be Googling all about that. Audacity is quite good. It is. It's like kind of a steep learning curve with a rather sort of old-fashioned user interface, blah, blah, blah. But, hey, Ham. All is well and good. I've just been reading some maudlin autumn haiku. You'll have to go back and I only had 3, so you'll have to go back and check those. I'll need an MP3 encoder installed. Oh, great! That's more money. Yes, we're talking various things all at once here, Ham, including voice acting doobies. Ham, I should announce, Corvid Chaser has, actually gone ahead and put herself out there as a voiceover artist and recorded some things. My tree theme background, yes. I'll give you some other tree. I did have moving trees as well at one point, but my app decided that it wasn't going to have it anymore. So yes, I can give you a nice autumn road. There we are. That's in Belgium somewhere. Both of those are in Belgium. This one is taken by somebody else, and the previous one was taken by me about 3 years ago. So this is what I'm hoping to go and see at some point before all the leaves fall off, which is generally around the middle of November when that happens. Usually lots of strong winds and rain and misery happen around the middle of November. And if you haven't been out to the forests of Belgium before that, you're buggered, basically. So I have done a drive down to the Ardennes and to Luxembourg, which is very nice. It's a long way. Took about 3 hours driving, but it's driving through all these little valleys, winding valleys through all the trees. Wow, you recorded some paid work. I'm lagging. I'm lagging. I should get off my proverbial and put some stuff out there. Yes. Sophie was going to. Yeah, she said she might, if she wasn't busy today, which is highly unlikely, that she would let me know and I could send her a link. But her Facebook is off, our chat is off, so I presume she's busy. But I've sent her my Halloween collab video, so that'll be something. Yes, I've been to Japan. I have some autumn Japan photos, but I couldn't find them. I'm worried. I've lost a micro SD card which in an adapter somewhere. That was lots of phone photographs. I think I've lost it anyway. It may turn up, but that had some nice photos on it. Oh yes, it's. I'm going to put myself out there to get some. Speaking of get some, Bilko's been a long time. FFmpeg is a good command line tool. I'll need an MP3 coder. Oh, okay. I'm looking back at the comments. I'm talking at various paths coming together at once. I shall move back to my living room. Yes, I didn't do it in a graveyard this time. I've said it again, haven't I? I didn't do it in a graveyard. I did not make my Shivers Halloween collaboration video in a graveyard this time, I should say. But it features an old building. So it will appear. I think the 15th was the deadline for that Sophie said for entries to her video collaboration. No. So yes, I should imagine Corvid Chaser lives in Nottingham, and there they have a forest, and so you could theoretically go out and gather conkers and see all the leaves. Are the leaves turning? Are the leaves turning in Nottingham, Corvid? Is it worth a video? I can imagine all the graveyards with the falling leaves. Very autumny. Oh, there you are. I've reminded you. Sudden silence. Yes, I'm sorry about that. I had some rather nice drone footage of the Ardennes. Let's see if I can. The leaves are about to turn. Things I remember from British autumn. It was certainly in November. You had bonfire night. I remember that. Enjoyed that. Apart from, I was a bit scared of the fireworks. Do a collab with Shivers' sister. We are talking with Shivers' sister as we speak. She is here with us, and she's into graveyards. Yes, and she has been on the show. And maybe, I mean, we could do live stream from Belgian and Midland graveyards. I'm not quite sure. And we could try that. Ham would be up for that if I did that. Here I am live in a graveyard. Bonfire toffee and toffee apples. Ducking for toffee apples. Oh, ducking for apples, not toffee apples. Hello, who's this? Lucas. That's probably a thumbs up from Lucas that he got the link. Yes, it is. If I click things on here, it all does. Oh, hang on. This is Sun. This is probably Sun 2. Excuse me. Yes, it is. Excuse me. Hello, yeah? Yeah. The usual time after I finish the show, which everybody's now listening to me talk to. That will be around about 3:00. And then I'm coming to get you. Yeah, I shall arrive there probably at 3:00. Yeah. Yep. Okay. Good. Okay. See you later. You. Okay. Ah, yes, dad duties, dad duties. I got to. I was going to the film tonight with his friend, and then I've got to pick them up from the cinema as well. These things happen. You could hear. Yes, he's a man. That's because he's a man. I call him son number two, but he is 19. It's son two from the Far East. It's hi Lucas. Dad life. Yes, Ty. This will happen to our younger viewers. This and mum life as well. This may occur. Caramel covered onion. Pardon? Caramel covered onions? Well, do the Belgians do the whole spicy hot wine thing? Um, Christmas time, yes, they have the glue wine, which is not glue, mixed with wine. It's sort of which is German for kind of mulled wine. Yes, they kind of have that. It's not specifically Belgian. Um, I mean, they don't do it a great deal in Britain either, do they? I mean, do you do that, Corvid? Do you mull your wine in autumn? Wow, where are we getting the carrot? Bonfire and toffee apples. Soon I don't know where we got the caramelized onions from. Not quite sure. Yes, down there in Spain, you have summer, 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 and spring. So yes, airplane glue mixed with wine. Yeah, it's a treat in the Philippines. Aniseed. Ooh, aniseed. The only thing with aniseed that I like is Pernod, which I haven't had for a long, long time. A German adaptation. 50 Shades of Summer, yes. In Spain. Scorcho. Bit of fast Joe for you there. So yes, autumn. Favorite time of year for glue wine, caramelized onions, and sitting in cemeteries, reading maudlin haiku. Yes, it's not quite sure. There's a particular autumn feeling, that melancholy, but melancholy is good, as long as it doesn't go further. Glue wine, yes, it's glue wine is, yeah, it's not something you'd want to have every day. I mean, you have it in autumn. Yeah, it's like yes, things. It's like having Christmas cake every day or something. And the caramel covered onions are in the trick or treat. Big jumpers, yes. I was debating whether to wear a big jumper for the show. My mother once knitted like an Aran style jumper for my father, which I have. One of those cable knit jumpers. But she knitted it in I don't know whether you know this variety of sheep, Herdwick, which is a Lake District sheep, and it's has very wiry wool. So she knitted this jumper. It's very scratchy. Let's put it that way, and baggy, but very warm. I was tempted to wear it just for the autumn look, but I went with the brown autumny look instead. Ah. I should really look for another haiku, shouldn't I? I was looking at Buson before. He had some autumn lamp, autumn tint, autumn tint. Let's watch that. Haiku 50, autumn tint. Okay, that looks good. So here we are back in Japan in the 18th century or whenever. And the haiku poet Buson was inspired by the season of autumn to write the following haiku. Yama kurete momoji no ake wo ubai keri. The mountains, darkened, have absorbed autumn tints of red and gold. There we go. There, that's so for all those who came later and missed a haiku, he's clicking furiously. Do I know the Russian word toska? No, I don't. Which I presume means melancholy. Not being an aficionado of Russia. But yes. What's Lucas saying? How's that for an... Oh dear. Lucas just sent me a rather three-year-old dude style photograph of a knitted jumper. It's... Yeah. Okay. Oh dear. Well, yes, I'm now quite tempted, not for caramel-covered onions, because I'm on a diet and avoiding sugar, but the glue wine sounds, or the mulled wine sounds rather good. But I've got to drive, so I can't do that. Yes, I'm not showing that, Lucas. It's not that kind of show anymore. Those days gone. It's cultural. Booth jockey. Yes, one of the people I've looked at his videos too. And speaking of yes, going back to voice acting, Nabokov describes Tosca like this. Okay. I'm waiting now for Perk's voice to come through. At its deepest and most painful, it is a sensation of great spiritual anguish, often without any specific cause. At less morbid levels, it is a dull ache of the soul, a longing with nothing to look for, a sick pining, a vague restlessness, mental throes, yearning. In particular cases, it may be the desire for someone or something specific, nostalgia, lovesickness. At the lowest level, it grades into ennui, boredom. There. That was my melancholic Nabokov voice. Special treat for all those watching. Could you give us the location? Could we Google map it? I'm imagining sort of you have to hurry to catch the bus to get... Do some B-roll. B-roll running for the bus. Promise me you'll do some B-roll. Running for the bus, getting on the bus. Getting off the bus. Graveyard Girl. That's it. Yes, it's Graveyard Girl. Is catching the bus with her graveyard cape wafting behind her. St Mary's Arnold, Nottingham. Okay, everybody, Google Maps. St Mary's Arnold, Nottingham. All the stalkers will find you. Yeah. There'll be this old guy leaning on the church gate. Hello, are you that Corvid chaser? I don't know if that's Nottingham. That's not a Nottingham accent, is it? No. They'll all be there on the bus. You'll get on the bus and everybody will look. Sergeant Bilko is already in his car. It's a YouTube meetup at St Mary's Arnold, Nottingham. Now, promise me you'll do the B-roll, just even if it's only like 10 seconds, just for me. Do it for me. It has happened before. A YouTube meetup in a cemetery. So there you have it. Autumn on Simon's living room. Cemeteries. Caramel covered onions. Bilko getting some. Extra long trip to be there by Wednesday. That's very extra long. Right, so it's St Mary's Arnold, Nottingham, via Newport Pagnell services. What do you do with corvids once you catch them? You feed them acorns. I have actually been to Newport Pagnell services. Caramel covered corvids. This is getting weird. Okay. I said to Radri, it's going to be another stream of consciousness. And it is. It's another stream of consciousness live stream. And it's coming. It's 2 seconds to go. And we're now at the 1 hour mark. Oh, no, I'm terribly sorry. No, we've got a while to go yet. I'm looking at StreamYard. Hang on. StreamYard is in a different reality. And I've got 13 minutes left. Wow. So just as a matter of interest, when you do your Cemetery Seek videos, what is the time frame from shooting the video to editing to uploading? Is it a few days, a day, or a week? Do we all have to sit on the edge of our seats? Everybody click the bell for Corvid Chaser's channel. Are corvids related to gremlins? Well, catch one and throw it in some water and see what happens. Good luck with catching one. If everybody watching this video afterwards is wondering why I'm always looking down and to the right, it's because I've got the YouTube comments down there. And I'm not staring into the screen. Bye, Ham. Have a good bus journey. B-roll. 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 Okay. I haven't been on a bus for years. I often feel guilty until I get on the bus, and then I realise why I've not been on the bus for years. Because it takes ages. The next day. when I'm doing my adverts, usually I have literally hours between shooting it and editing it and uploading it. Okay, it's getting really weird now. It must be like still hot in Spain. So where was that? St. something, St. Mary Arnold, Nottinghamshire. I shall Google that later. Google Maps that. Then we can all see what gravestones we're likely to see in Corvid's video. Would anybody like another haiku? I've got the page open here. Speak now, or forever hold your peace. Ooh, all right, I'm just trying to find an interesting one. Early autumn. That's appropriate. Let's have a look. What does that say? Oh, no, wait a minute. First morning of autumn. Mm-hmm. Autumn lamp. Oh, yes, I'll read this one and then read the explanation, which is rather nice. Okay, this is another one by Buson, because I have the page open. And it's an autumn experience he had in Nara, in Japan, in the 18th century. Aki no hiya, yukashiki Nara no Togo ichi. Autumn lamps, articles fair in refined Nara. So what that means is the autumn sun has set and lamps are burning at an articles market by the wayside in Nara. And the poet was seized with curiosity and attracted toward the light in the night articles fair. The soft light led him to feel somewhat calm and relaxed. Yeah, very nice. It's still grey outside here, so which is good because it gives me this effective light here. I have to keep so many things I have to keep clicking just to get back to where I started. That and that and this and that. Okay. Come back to that again. Oh, in about 5 minutes, I have to go, chaps. So, any other autumn thoughts? Autumn is actually most people do spring cleaning. I tend to do autumn cleaning because I've been too lazy to do spring cleaning. And also my parents arrive in autumn. So that's the motivation. I was cleaning my kitchen this morning, or at least making a start. And I shall gradually work my way around the house, getting more desperate as the week progresses, because my parents are arriving next Friday. But then it'll be good for a while after that. Yes, yes, and beyond a certain parallel um, uh, on the Earth's circumference, autumn doesn't mean very much until you go a bit further, and then it sort of clicks back for some reason into sort of northern kind of autumn. Maybe do some final tidying up in the garden. This is your garden. I live in an apartment. Would be a bit tricky. You're going to hear lots of clicking, I'm afraid. My microphone will probably click up my mouse clicking. Yes, I did think of actually sending a link to my friend Phyllis, who is currently in Osaka. But I think she has better things to do than join us from there. But I shall be messaging her later to find out how her day went. Ah, the northeast of the United States. Yes. Seeing those colours, the autumn colours there, that would be a reason for me to go to America. Sergeant Bilko's garden. So after all having gathered at St Mary Arnold in Nottingham, we're going off on the bus to Sergeant Bilko's garden, where we have to bring our own tools. This has been your Stream of Consciousness live stream this week from Simon no茶の間, featuring toffee-covered onions, Bilko's garden, Corvid Chase's cemetery, and Perk, who is a collection of crows dressed up as a man, all wrapped up with a haiku for autumn. Plenty of apples. Well, I have switched from all things processed and sugar-filled to fruit, so apples would be good for me. Ah, yes, he hasn't had time to tidy his garden because he's busy getting some coffee. Well, I'm going to put myself out there and get some as well after this. Probably Google some more voice acting thingies. And actually, Ham said she was inspired to take the step to put herself out there for voice acting, and it seemed to have by watching last week's show. So I am now inspired to get on and try and match her. Yes, because could do with a bit of extra cash. If my voice can provide me with that, that's all the better. It would be nice to finance my flight ticket to Japan, and then the remainder of the money could be used for actually going there, doing stuff. And with those thoughts, it is actually time to say goodbye. I'd like to thank everybody for joining me for my autumn monologue. And I hope you all enjoy the remainder of your evening, afternoon, morning. Next week, it's going to be an interesting something. I'm not sure what. I shall hopefully get in contact with this musician friend of Hedge Hayden, and perhaps he will be able to join next week. We shall see. But for now, I have to go and do dad duties. And to all of those of you who joined and watched the replay, I hope you enjoyed it. And do the old thumbs up and like and comment and subscribe and whatnot. Tell your friends. Okay. Bye for now, everybody. Thanks for joining.